use this money to buy a new energy efficient refrigerator or screw in light bulbs, you know, replace your light bulbs, whatever, that would have brought people savings every single month. And I mean, that still isn't going to solve this problem. It's still not even, I don't even think it's going to even be noticed. But at least that would have been a smarter, more strategic response.
Ultimately, isn't the answer sort of about land use and how we, you know, changing the culture sort of how we live and our relationship to one another, our association to one another,
Well, it
our
absolutely
distance
is.
to one
So
another.
many of our fights are about land use. And we're going to, in an energy-constrained world, you have to figure out how you can live closer to your work, how you can get your services locally, how you can, you know, get manufacturing brought back into America so that you're buying products that are made here. They don't have to travel around the world. And, you know, you have to live locally, which is actually healthier because you know your neighbors, you know your shopkeepers. You buy food that's in season. You probably have your own garden. Grow some of your own food. I mean, a lot of people think this is all so idealistic, but this is the way people have been living for hundreds of years.
Well, you go back to World War II, the Victory Garden,
Yeah.
for example.
Yes. I mean, this is how Europe was built. That's why Europe is in such a better shape than we are, because they've already got that in place from, you know, being so much older than America. Whereas we just, you know, sprawl.
It's the difference between buying your food every day as opposed to buying, you know,
Yeah.
your food in a month.
Yeah, in a
because
big
it's
box,
in
yeah.
a big box store and it's taken from, you know, you get a peach from Peru.
And America
Going down the
isn't,
street.
you know, we have this idea that tomorrow is going to look just like today, but just more of it. And we can't seem to get our hands around or our minds around this idea that, you know, things don't grow to the sky. This is one planet. We don't have other planets to drill. We've got to live within our means. We have to live sustainably or Mother Nature will do it for us. So we can either learn the mistakes of past civilizations or not. And I choose to try to learn from the past mistakes and move forward.
Well, let's at least note that you're running against someone who has no concept of that.
Who thinks
whatsoever.
that dinosaur flatulence caused global warming. Yes.
You know, how do you respond? I mean, how do you run a race against someone who really is someone who stands in opposition to government, even though he's in it? And you know, one thing about the Bush administration is that they say the government is the problem, and then they go ahead and prove it. So how do you deal with that?
Well, I don't really see myself. I mean, maybe my campaign people see this differently, but the way I run the campaign is really not I'm running against him. I'm just running for something better. And I mean, you're right. He's pretty far out there. And unfortunately, when you have, you know, we have so few representatives for such large districts, it's very difficult to reach people and for people to see that there are options and there are better options. And then you've got, of course, the problem of people only see an R or a D, and that's problematic. But we have lots of volunteers, and we hope that we'll be able to meet enough people so that they will see that we have to do something to change this.
Anyone?